Bubbles. This is the addition from the special effect from our new director. Here I go. Let's do it. Much better clap than the last time I clapped. Much better clap. Okay, here I go. So, welcome to another episode of me eating hot dogs. Today is very special because today I am going to be tasting and rating the Kirkland Signature hot dog. That's right, the Costco hot dog. The Costco hot dog that is wrapped around that amazing Costco deal. That's right, that $1.50 deal. These are not the exact ones because these are the smaller hot dogs, the ones that are bun sized, and not the quarter pound size, which is what they serve at Costco. But I thought, and yes, I bought, I don't know what, 75 pounds of this because it's like it's like nothing or 75 pounds of these hot dogs. So I have a massive amount of hot dogs sitting in my freezer, and I'm doing this for you guys, for you. That's right. Okay, so let's just talk about, before I taste this, let's talk about the $1.50 deal. I'm bringing this up. I decided to do the Costco hot dog now because there was a recent article or Twitter or tweet that had it was a story back from around 2008 from Craig Jelinek, who is the current CEO of Costco, and it was before he was the CEO of Costco, and he was speaking with James Sinegal, who is the CEO of Costco. Not the CEO, he's the co-founder of Costco. And they were having a conversation, and the current CEO said, I'd like to raise the price of these hot dogs because we're losing money on them. We're losing money on our hot dogs. Well, Senegal said, if you raise the price of those hot dogs, I will kill you. Quote, I will kill you. Figure it out. And so because that came out, I don't know, today, I figured I would taste these things and then explain what they did to figure it out, which was to create their own hot dog. That's how they figured out how to deal with the $1.50. So the history of the $1.50 meal is the following. Back in 1985, let's go back in time to 1985. Costco's in its infancy, and they decided they wanted to see how offering a meal or a well-priced meal to their customers, how that would do. So they down in San Diego, they set up a little hot dog cart outside of the front doors of Costco, and for $1.50 you got a quarter pound Hebrew National hot dog and a can of Coke, or a can of Diet Coke, I think. I think those are the two choices that you had. And it was a humongous success. It was a huge success, so large that they decided from that point forward that all subsequent Costco's were going to have some type of a place to eat in, a little court, a little mini mall, I guess, or a little food court. Then they came out with the pizza, and they came out with the rotisserie chicken, and they came out with and they have water for a nickel or something like that. So all these very low price meals. And other places use this too, right? IKEA uses this kind of concept, potentially lose money to get people into the door. But the hot dogs are by far the biggest seller. Big, humongous seller. They sell something like 125 million hot dogs a year. That is 4 times greater than all of the ballparks, all the hot dogs that are sold at ballparks combined. 4 times that. It's like 4 times that. It's crazy. They sell a lot of hot dogs. And so when they started to become really popular in the early 90s, they actually broke away from using exclusively Hebrew National, but they stayed with a kosher hot dog. So they started to use hot dogs like, in Chicago, was a company called Best Kosher, and they had Best Kosher hot dogs, they had Sinai, they had Shofar hot dogs. And so you would go to Costco and different places, and you'd see different types of hot dogs. You'd see Hebrew National in some, you'd see Sinai in some, you'd see Shofar in some, Best Kosher in some. On Long Island, it was Sinai, and when I came to San Francisco, it was Sinai too, I believe, as the main hot dog. And Just because Hebrew National couldn't handle all of it. It was so much hot dog to be serving, right? So much. Okay, so let's fast forward to 2008. In 2008, a couple things happened. One is that conversation happened that I just told you about, where he said, figure it out. And the second thing that happened was that Sara Lee, who had purchased Best Kosher in around 1990, 1991, decided to shut down all operations. So they shut down this Chicago kosher hot dog making facility in 2008, okay? Which, by the way, is a traumatic event for me, for all hot dog lovers of those hot dogs, because they were really good hot dogs. The hot dogs that came out, those Chicago-style hot dogs were very good, those kosher hot dogs. And there's nothing really that fully replaces it. And when that happened, they had two things that happened. One is, as I said, that conversation. The second thing was they didn't have enough supply anymore. Hebrew National couldn't supply all the hot dogs. They wanted to stay with a similar type of hot dog, okay? And so what did they do? They opened their own facilities. They started making a Kirkland hot dog. These, right here, these Kirkland hot dogs. And they remain popular. One of the things that they did is the quarter pound hot dog is actually called a quarter pound plus because it's a little bit bigger. It's not quite a third of a pound, and it's more than a quarter of a pound. It's about 10% bigger. They did that. They made things a little larger. They made it so that the 20-ounce beverage had free refills to kind of get over the hump of changing out the hot dog, because the hot dog is such an iconic thing. They didn't want people to not like the new hot dog that came in. Okay? Okay. So it gets solved because when they own cow to bun, that entire chain of manufacturing, they can actually make the $1.50 meal work. They can actually, I'm not sure they make a profit, a full profit out of it, but they're not losing money with the hot dog deal. And so, hence the Kirkland hot dogs have been going on for quite some time now. And they are popular. It's still very popular. They come in two sizes right here. It comes in the smaller size, and then it has the quarter pound plus size. The dinner, they call them Dinner Franks. We've talked about Dinner Franks before. This comes in, this is like a 24 ounce, so there's a pound and a half. It has, you get like three of these when you actually buy from Costco. There's no other way to acquire these hot dogs. I figured I'd get the regular size because I actually like the bun to hot dog ratio of smaller hot dogs like this. I'm not a quarter pound hot dog fan. I think it's just too much hot dog. I know that sounds crazy and sacrilegious, but to me it's too much hot dog. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cook this up. And then I'm gonna put it in my mouth, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think. All right? Okay, let's do it. See you in a minute. Okay, what do we have here? We have Kirkland Signature hot dog in a bun, ready to be rated. Now it says bun length, and I will tell you, this is easily the minimum thing you can call bun length, because this is got a little tad bit here, not in the bun. But I guess buns are a little variable here, so. All right, it's not huge. It is a pretty dark color. I see little speckles in here. Smells good. Smells good. I think I just want to go ahead and eat it. I think I'm going to give it a try right now. Here I go. I'm going in. So, definitely got garlic. I taste smoke. I taste like coriander or something like that else in there as far as spices go. And it's not too salty, and it's got a good, for a skinless hot dog, it has a good bite. But I want to try to articulate something with this that I also experience when I eat this hot dog. And this could be all in my head, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go for it. Whenever I'm about to taste a hot dog, especially a brand new hot dog that I've never tasted before, I always think to myself, did the people that made this hot dog, have they ever eaten a good hot dog? Right? I do that with pizza too, by the way. If I go to a pizza place in California, I'm completely wondering whether they have ever had themselves a good slice of pizza in New York. Right? I like a slice on Long Island or New Jersey, places that would make good pizza, whether they have eaten a good slice of pizza and are modeling it after something that they've actually had in real life. Sometimes you know that they didn't by just tasting it, right? Same thing goes with the hot dog. I think about whether they are using anything as like a guide or baseline. They're like, well, this hot dog is my baseline. Okay, why am I telling you this? Because I believe that in 2008, when they produced this hot dog, they being Costco, did not want it to be far from what they have eaten before, what they were eating previously, which are these hot dogs. Not just Hebrew National, but the Chicago-style kosher hot dogs. Okay, so I believe, and some of this I don't have proof of. I'm just telling you. I believe that not only did they take people potentially from the Sara Lee company that produced Sinai and Best Kosher and Shofar hot dogs, but I believe that they basically said, try to make this taste like this other hot dog. And the fact that those hot dogs don't exist anymore, when I taste this, it tastes like that style of hot dog to me. It tastes like a style of hot dog that is difficult to find now, if not impossible. Now I'm not saying I think those other hot dogs were better than this. But there's a shadow, this glimmer, this reflection of what those other hot dogs tasted like. So this hot dog, to me, tastes like I'm eating a Sinai hot dog. Kind of. Again, it's not as good. It's got a tad bit of sweetness in it. Not super sweet, but it's got a tad bit of stuff in it. But it's good. It's a good hot dog. It's a good hot dog. Any hot dog that makes me feel like I'm an archaeologist, a hot dog archaeologist, is good. Okay, here I go. Kirkland Signature Hot Dog, 3. It's a 3. Good hot dog. I will be eating all 29 pounds of the hot dogs I have. Not today, but soon. But I will do it gladly on the grill. All right. Until next time. Me eating hot dog.